जिस भूमि ने हजारों वर्ष पहले ये मंत्र दिया था, समगच्छध्वम समध्वत्वम संवो मानसी जानता, आज 21वीं सदी में ये मंत्र और ज्यादा महत्वपूर्ण हो गया है, प्रासंगिक हो गया है। समगच्छध्वम यानी सभी साथ मिलकर चले, संवद्वम यानी सभी मिलजुल कर आपस में संवाद करें, और सम्मो मनानस्य जानता यानी सभी के मन भी आपस में मिले रहें। फ्रेंड्स, जब मैं पहली बार क्लाइमेट समिट में
with a concern for all of mankind, I came to Paris as a representative of a culture that has given the message of Sarve Bhavantu Sukhina, which means everyone should be happy. And therefore, the event in Paris was not just a summit for me, it was a sentiment, a commitment. And it was not India that was making those promises to the world. It was promises that 1.25 billion Indians were making to themselves. And I am pleased that a developing country like India, that is working on lifting millions of people out of poverty, that is working day and night to ensure ease of living for millions of people, and India that represents 17% of the world's population, but is responsible for only 5% of global emissions. It is that India that has spared no efforts in fulfilling its duty. Today, the entire world acknowledges that India is the only big economy in the world that has delivered both in letter and spirit on its Paris commitments. We are making all possible efforts in a resolute manner. We are working hard and we will show results. Friends, today I have come to be with all of you, and I have also brought with me India's track record. What I have to say to you is not just words. It is a cheer for the victory, for a bright future, for the generations to come. Today, in terms of installed renewable energy capacity, India is ranked 4th in the world. In the last 7 years, India has increased its non-fossil fuel energy by 25%, and this now represents 40% of our energy mix. Friends, more people travel on the Indian railways every year than the entire population of the world. This huge railway system has committed to attain net zero by 2030. This initiative alone will reduce carbon emissions by 60 million tons annually. The same way, our big LED bulbs campaign is reducing emissions by 40 million tons annually. Today, India is working on many such initiatives with a firm will. At the same time, with a view to collaborating with the world, it has also offered international solutions, a revolutionary step to promote solar power. We launched the International Solar Alliance Initiative for Climate Adaptation. We created the Coalition for Disaster Resilient Infrastructure. This is an important and sensitive initiative that will help to save millions of lives. Friends, I would also like to draw your attention to another important subject. Today, the world acknowledges that lifestyles play a very important role in climate change. Today, I would like to suggest to you a one-word movement, a one-word movement. This one word in the context of climate can become the key basis for one world. It can become the foundation for it. And this word is life, L-I-F-E. That is lifestyle for environment. Today, it is necessary that all of us come together as a collective partnership and take lifestyle for environment forward as a movement. Lifestyle for environment or life can be given an institutional framework. It can become a mass movement for an environmentally conscious lifestyle. Today, instead of mindless and destructive consumption, we need mindful and deliberate utilization. This movement can help us to achieve goals that can bring about a revolutionary change in diverse areas such as fishing, agriculture, wellness, dietary choices, packaging, housing, hospitality, tourism, clothing, fashion, water management, and energy as well. These are subjects where each of us makes conscious choices every day. These choices made across the world by millions and billions of people can every day take the fight against climate change a billion steps further. And I consider that this can be a movement that from an economic point of view, from a scientific point of view, and based on the experience of past centuries, will help us to overcome all challenges. This is the only way to go from the self to the macro level. This is the only way to go from the welfare of the self to the welfare of all. Friends, during this global brainstorming on climate change, I would like to put before you, on behalf of India, 5 key points to fight this challenge. It is a gift of 5 elixirs. Firstly, India will increase its non-fossil energy capacity to 500 gigawatts by 2030. Secondly, India will fulfill 50% of its energy requirements from renewable energy sources by 2030. Thirdly, between now and 2030, India will reduce its total projected carbon emissions by 1 billion tons. Fourthly, by 2030, India will reduce the carbon intensity of its economy by 45%. And fifthly, by 2070, India will achieve the target of net zero emissions. These 5 elixirs will be an unprecedented contribution by India towards climate action. Friends, all of us are aware of the reality that the promises made so far on climate finance have only proved to be hollow. As we are all increasing our ambitions with respect to climate action, the world's ambitions with respect to climate finance cannot be at the same level as they were during the Paris Agreement. Today, India has resolved to move forward with new commitments and with a new energy. At such a time, climate finance and the transfer of low-cost climate technologies becomes even more important. India expects developed countries to make $1 trillion available as climate finance as soon as possible. Today, as we track the progress on climate mitigation, in the same way, we must also track climate finance. Justice would truly be served if pressure is put on those countries that have not lived up to their climate finance commitments. Today, India is moving forward with a great deal of courage and ambition on the subject of climate. India also understands and shares the pain of other developing countries and has continuously been vocal about their expectations. For many developing countries, climate change is a very big crisis looming before them, one that threatens their very existence. Today, to save the world, we will just have to take big steps. This is indeed the need of the hour, and it is this that will also prove the relevance of this forum. I am sure that the decisions taken in Glasgow will safeguard the future of generations to come and will give them a secure and prosperous life. Thank you, Your Excellency. I have taken extra time. I request your forgiveness, but I believe it is my duty to raise a voice for developing countries, and therefore I have focused on it. Once again, I thank you very much.